What's going on? It's Justeeni here. You might know me as the guy that popularized the funny filler rush strategy and claimed that it was very good, but sometimes you do have to be honest about things. And, I don't know if I've been honest about Philo. You guys haven't even been seeing me play it lately. Like, Zeb Filler Rush, is that even a real thing? But Imperious Filler Rush, right? Surely that's still fine, but I'm actually playing against a pretty decent player. This is a 24-hour game. Normal lakes. Philo should be good here, right? So let's get right into things. What is Philo Rush really about? Find my village, and I decide, yeah, let's do the Philo Rush. Commit to the bet, as they say. And I go for the Explorer, because I don't know where the opponent is. Unfortunately, the Explorer is telling me that I am laked. You can see based on the water, there's a central lake. And yeah, I'm going for this village. I knew there was a village here pretty early on, but I decided to skip it because I know I'm safely getting it. Now I get Philosophy. And I workshop here because I really need economy. So kind of standard Philo things, but maybe not the best spawn. Now Alter Piece dropping, Border Growth to get some long-term water access. Now I see the opponent being Yedek, of course, already expanding quite a lot. So I go Forestry. Just playing really, really greedy as you do with Filler Rush. And yeah, the opponent actually doesn't deny me this village, so I'm on 5 cities. Now that's one very notable problem with Filler Rush, that this is all I'm able to get. 5 cities. Now the idea behind Filler Rush, of course, is you're stuck on just a few cities, but with the power of philosophy, you can do anything, so you win the game. Which sounds ridiculous, right? But hear me out. The cheaper tech prices really do help. Now I can explore. And while the cheap tech prices are good, are they good enough? I'm able to grab this Explorer up here, or the Lighthouse there. Really helpful. Not right now, but for a potential Eye of God later, if I somehow get this West Lighthouse. Grab another Border Growth, more water access, and a really juicy Sawmill spot. But the opponent already is on the water. That's a little bit of a problem, because I am not on the water at all. But I'm playing Filler Rush. I'm playing really greedy right now. I can pivot to the water. Right? That's the whole idea. They have Eye of God, and they're kind of going crazy. I'm able to get a siege there, because I just took the village with the 5 HP. And I get in the water. I see the Rammer. That's why the scout didn't attack, because it was on a ruin. So I can get this Juggernaut on the water. But they have a Giant, though. This Juggernaut's already getting hurt a bit. There's not much of a follow-up. Get another Border Growth. I go for Saline. Get that splash after I kill the Juggernaut. And I'm kind of hoping to pressure. We'll see how things go. It's definitely not a pretty position, but surely Philo can save it. If there's anything that can do it, it's Philo Rush, right? Grab the Lighthouse. And, things aren't actually looking too bad. Like, I have really nice pressure here. I'm getting on the water. It's kind of everything you want, actually. Like, I mean, this is what Filler Rush is kind of designed to do. Even if the position's not great, you can still win. But the opponent gets a Giant. And they can probably get a Giant here, too. My Warrior dies, so I can't grab Eye of God. But I decide to go in, start being aggressive, really establish my foothold on the water. Maybe this Giant can help. I've got Catapult. We're doing things. We're cooking. But this is where things start to go downhill. This is where you can see the weakness of Filler Rush. I'm just simply down in cities, and the opponent's got the Giants. They're going to be able to take the water back. They're able to defend, and that long-term city advantage will just be too much. Giants are are going to cause problems. The rammers are there. Their economy is continuing to go up. Their city advantage is not going anywhere. They're now pressuring the city, pressuring my catapult. This is quite annoying to deal with. They send the giant back. I don't have an attack anywhere. And if I don't get an attack, then basically what's going to happen over time is, despite my Philo, in the long term, they have the advantage. And this is the problem with Philo Rush. And, you know, I guess I haven't been really honest about this, but, you know, this is the truth about Philo Rush, I guess, in video form. As great of a strategy I like to claim it is, it does definitely have its shortcomings, especially against better players. But, you know, in classic Philo Rush fashion, I decide to not give up. I'm gonna at least fight on, you know, gonna show how the opponent actually wins this. Because one thing that I do like about Philo Rush is you absolutely can put up a fight, and that you will see that here. I try to get in the water here. This is kind of in vain, but I do at least get trade, and I do get markets going. Get a funny Mindbender. Mindbender's actually for defense, to just stop them from attacking me. Again, just trying to hope that they mess up, but they're doing a good job just destroying my giants. Like, if anything, I'm actually making more misplays. These giants are just toast. This just isn't gonna work out. But, like, as much as I can blame it on, like, maybe making, like, all these misplays, or, oh, my spawn's bad, like, I mean, Philo Rush is supposed to be, like, a strategy when you're late, and if it doesn't even work, then is it even a good strategy? Now I get a siege here. Looks really nice. Looks like maybe the opponent messed up. This is what I'm looking for. I get another giant. Go in here, just one last attempt. I still have markets at least. Like, I'm not going to resign until I see the opponent get markets. But they are able to unsiege, and that is another giant down. And they even are able to save the rammer. And they get a border growth. They are getting a giant here. And the problem is, like, all my giants that I should have been using to attack are now gone or injured. I only have one left. It's starting to look very bleak. Another border growth. I at least get, like, a vet rider siege, and I can try to pressure here, maybe. I grab mining. I had, like, some very elaborate market plans involving smithery and mining, and I need mining to get the border growth anyway. I get a giant there, market there, preparing the forge for market here as well. But now the opponent has construction. They're really, really close to their markets, and the giant is here. It's even healthier than my giant. This giant is gone. They just have a completely impossible to deal with naval dominance. I have to send my giant back. They have a ton of units to defend. I go smithery. Pop growth. You know, but I want to at least, like, make the opponent, like, force them to win, you know, force them to work for it. Because it is still pretty tough to win. And I would highly recommend in your games, even if you're losing, play to your outs. They do a really smart giant push there. 17 HP, that's exactly enough for a full HP giant to kill. This is really rough for me. Because now this, like, I just lost another giant, and now my catapult feels misplaced. They're border growthing again, just taking up all this space. They land this giant. This is very ugly. I can hit the giant though. I can take it out. Okay. And I can hit the giant, have this giant protect my catapult. Go for knights. Again, maybe they just mess up. I mean, they have full vision, but, you know, a man can hope. Sometimes you just have to be on that hopium. They still just have a phenomenal defense, and they're mere turns away from getting markets. They are one tech away from just skyrocketing their economy. Because that is one thing I have going for, at least. That one out, I have that economy at least. Now going for archery for that defense bonus. And there are the markets. And again, they have the giants. They have plenty of units on defense. Now the markets are here. And things are only going to get worse. As if things weren't bad enough. They have total naval control, they have more cities, and they're about to catch up in eco. They're holding on to everything here. But I try to push with this catapult again to be really annoying. Plus the knight, this giant could be under threat, and they have to defend the city with the giants, because otherwise I siege with my own giant. I could spiritualism to upgrade my markets and try to get some more giants going. They're able to unsiege. And yeah, their markets are just going to get better. They're just continuing to go to town with that. Alright, but I can take this out, go for another siege. I send this mine vendor here. It's actually going to be able to heal all these giants and... Wait. I have 4 giants here. I was able to send all the last of my giants over here. No point in trying to go for the water. I'm going all in on the city. Sorry, there's actually 5 giants here. This knight's weakening this giant. And this is suddenly a really tough defense. They decide to go in for an attack because they're realizing this actually might not be defendable. So they go in for this attack, but this attack is actually really bad. They need these giants to help on defense. They have a bunch of bombers though. They want to break through, take advantage of the lack of units I have here, but I was prepared for them to attack because again, I wanted them to attack and show me the win. That's why I didn't resign. And now I'm able to siege. Block with 2 giants. 38 HP giant here. They have to manage a giant push, but I'm blocking all of their tiles. So they don't have the giant push. And I've got plenty of catapults on defense to deal with everything here. I go for a quadism, put this in the water mostly as a distraction for these bombers to prevent them from potentially advancing and causing too much chaos here. Now I get a mindbender here as well. And yeah, I decide, you know what, I'm going to fight back for the water. I'm pressuring like crazy here. If I just give the opponent a ton of problems, this is what you do when you have an eco advantage. Give the opponent a ton of problems and they don't have the economy to solve them all. Unfortunately, they can solve this giant quite easily, but they can't solve this giant. They kill my sword here. I think it was a sword. Or archer, sorry. And they are able to still weaken this giant a lot. 2 bombers there now. But they misplay heavily here, giving me a free giant, and that's huge. Not only that, but I take out that other giant, so those 2 giants on attack completely wasted. Juggernauts are going in here. And I'm taking the city. And I still have all this momentum. I have construction now. Look at this tech tree. I'm only missing 3 techs. And I'm making full use of everything I have. Smithery, spiritualism, chivalry, math, trade, like aquatism. Every tech I have, I'm using. They're really desperate to hang on here, but they're lacking units because, again, they don't have the economy to do everything. I have 75 star per turn on 6 cities. They are able to still hold on, though, in the water, but their land defense is falling apart. They get a knight, but I was kind of prepared for this. I have all these bulky units that aren't really chainable. I go double siege because it's depriving them of economy. I get a knight here, make sure there's no way to get to it. Now I grab strategy so I can make some cheaper naval units. Get another giant. And I am securing a path to the water. So I've got 3 juggernauts in the water and they cannot take them all out this time. They send these juggernauts here, but that's in range of my catapults and archers. I'm able to now get at this bomber. I get a rammer here, land this, so then I can use it to defend and then just re-embark it. I get another aquatism rammer. I siege here, get a chain. Unfortunately, it doesn't go very far, but then I giant siege. And this is really hard if they even have it to push. Like you can see its score is very low because it's in a negative population. I did misplay slightly. I did leave them the chance to Houdini if they like bounce their riders. It's extremely expensive, but actually I don't even know if they can do it. Actually, yeah, they can, like barely, if they can get the push. Which I could have played around that. But I mean they might not even have the push. And then there's another giant anyway, so all is well, even if I get Houdini'd. And they resign after 29 long turns. Yeah, you thought Filler Rush wasn't actually good. No, of course Filler Rush is good. I would never lie to you guys, except for in this video where I lied about Filler Rush not being good. But yeah, use Filler Rush, it's funny. I will say though, I think Imperious Filler Rush is better than Zabasi Filler Rush these days, especially since Construction is so good for Zabasi now. Like Construction Opener. That one's so much better, but Imperious Filler Rush? Try it out, guys. You will not regret it. It's so funny, it's so awesome, it's so good for the content. Like, how often do you just get to use the whole tech tree like this? And then beat your opponent despite the fact that they should totally be winning. It is so hard to beat Filler Rush when you play it properly. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway though, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.